Hi there. Are you enjoying your stay at Toshi's place?
We've put together this sightseeing guide to help you make the most of your time in Kamakura.
Today, let's talk about Kencho-ji Temple.
Okay, let's unpack this one. Kencho-ji Temple. If you're here in Kamakura, especially staying nearby, this is definitely a place you gotta check out. I mean, it's more than just another pretty temple, and believe me, Kamakura has plenty. But this one, it's, well, really significant historically.
Oh, absolutely. It's ranked #1, the top spot among Kamakura's 5 great Zen temples.
Right. And not just that, it was actually Japan's first formal Zen training monastery. Like the very first one set up back in the mid-13th century by Hojo Tokiyori.
Exactly. That founding is key. It wasn't just building something, it was establishing Zen Buddhism in a formal way here, and it's still a really important place for practice today.
So that's what we want to do today. Sort of go beyond just the basic facts. We'll dig into the history, what it all means, the architecture, the gardens, give you a real feel for visiting Kencho-ji.
And the founding story itself is pretty dramatic. Like you said, Hojo Tokiyori founded it, but he brought over this incredible Zen master from China, Renkei Doryu, to be the first abbot.
From China, so it was like a direct import.
Totally. They're bringing pure Song-era Zen, the teachings, the practice, everything straight into Japan. A major cultural transfer.
Yeah.
And the location, well, that's something else. It was built on land known as Jigoku-dani.
Jigoku-dani, what's that mean?
Hell Valley. It used to be an execution ground.
Whoa, wait, hold on. Japan's first proper Zen monastery, built on an old execution site. Seriously.
Yeah. Sounds intense, right?
Yeah.
But there was already a small temple there for Jizo Bosatsu.
Jizo Bosatsu. Isn't that the protector of souls? Especially children and those in, like, the afterlife.
Exactly. The protector, the one who helps souls suffering, even in hell.
Yeah.
So Kencho-ji kept Jizo as its main figure. It sort of frames the whole place with this idea of compassion, transforming suffering, even on ground associated with death.
Wow, that adds a whole different layer. It's like the land itself got redeemed or something.
Yeah. It really feels that way.
Yeah.
And there's this living link to that origin you can actually see. The big juniper tree near the entrance.
Yeah.
The story is, it grew from a seed Renkei Doryu himself brought from China. They reckon it's about 760 years old, basically as old as the temple.
No way, a 760-year-old tree from the founder seed. That's incredible. You can literally touch history there.
Pretty much. It's a powerful symbol of that beginning.
Okay, so let's imagine we're walking up to the temple. What hits you first?
Oh, definitely the Sanmon Gate. It's just massive, huge wooden gate, one of the biggest in eastern Japan. It really makes you feel like you're entering somewhere important.
Sanmon, does that mean something specific? It's not just big gate.
Right, it's short for Sangadatsu-mon, which basically means the 3 gates of liberation.
Liberation from what?
Emptiness, formlessness, and wishlessness. Kind of core Buddhist ideas. So passing through is like a symbolic step towards letting go of earthly attachments, preparing your mind.
I like that. The building itself is part of the process. Any cool details on the gate itself?
Yeah, look up, you'll see this plaque. Right. With the name Kofuku-san on it. Okay. The calligraphy was done by this monk, Isan Ichine, and apparently his writing was worth a fortune back then. Like 100 can of silver, they say.
100 can? For calligraphy?
Yeah. It was considered a masterpiece. There's even this special little dot on it, the Hyakan 10, that marks it out as this super valuable piece. Shows how much they valued art and skill.
100 can dot. That's a detail to look for. So once you're through the gate, what's the setup?
It's very orderly. You'll see the main buildings, the Botsuden, the Hado, the Hojo, all lined up in a straight line.
Yeah.
Very typical Zen layout,
Yeah.
Clean, disciplined.
Okay, Botsuden, Hado, Hojo. Remind me quickly what those are for.
Sure. Botsuden is the main hall for the Buddha image. Well, Jizo in this case. Hado is the Dharma hall, bigger for lectures and ceremonies. And the Hojo is usually the abbot's place, or a reception area often facing a garden.
Gotcha. Main image, teachings, living space, all neat and tidy. And didn't some of these buildings travel?
They did. It's pretty interesting. The Botsuden and the smaller gate right in front of it, the Karamon Gate.
Yeah.
They weren't originally here.
Really? Where'd they come from?
From Zojoji Temple in Edo, Tokyo now. They were part of a mausoleum built for Sujinin.
Sujinin?
Yeah, she's the wife of Tokugawa Hidetada, the second Tokugawa shogun. So pieces of a shogun's wife's tomb complex ended up here.
History is weird sometimes. That's quite a journey. And that Karamon Gate, is that important for access?
It is, yeah. It's kind of the limit for wheelchair accessibility on the main path. Up to that point, it's pretty accessible.
Good to know. Okay, let's go inside the Hado, the Dharma Hall. What's special in there?
Well, inside the Hado, there's this amazing contrast. You look up at the ceiling, And there's this huge, powerful painting of a cloud dragon.
A dragon. Cool. Is it ancient?
Actually, no, that's the surprising part. It was painted in 2003 by Koizumi Junsaku, a modern artist. It's got 5 claws, which is a symbol of like imperial power and reaching enlightenment. Really dynamic.
A modern dragon in an old hall. I like that mix. Anything else in the Hato?
Yeah, there's also a replica statue. It's of Shakyamuni Buddha during his really intense ascetic phase, before he achieved enlightenment, when he was practicing extreme hardship.
Right.
It was actually a gift from Pakistan. So it connects the temple back to the very roots of Buddhism in India and that part of the Buddha's story.
So you've got ancient history, modern art, different aspects of the Buddha's life, all in one hall. What about the big temple bell? Bells are usually a big deal.
Oh, the Bonsho here is definitely a big deal. It's a national treasure cast way back in the mid-13th century, around when the temple was founded.
National treasure. Wow.
And the inscription on it is super important. It has the words Kencho-zenji.
Okay.
That's believed to be the very first time the term Zen temple was actually written down and used in Japan on that bell.
The first time. So this bell basically announced Zen temples to Japan.
Pretty much. It marked Zen as its own thing institutionally. So, yeah, hugely significant. It's famous enough to be one of the 3 great bells of Kamakura.
And it has a nickname, right? Something about crying.
Yeah. They call it the night crying bell, or Yanaki Gain.
Why does it actually cry?
Well, the sources don't really say why. Maybe the sound carries eerily at night. Or maybe there's some old spooky legend attached. Adds a bit of mystery, doesn't it?
Definitely makes it more intriguing. Okay, so we've seen the main buildings, the gate, heard the bell. Where should we wander next?
Definitely check out the garden, the Kencho-ji Garden. It's a designated national scenic spot.
Oh, nice. Is it original?
It's traditionally linked to Renkai Doryu, the first abbot. It's in that classic Zen garden style, Jizen Kanjo Shiki. Basically, a pond garden designed for contemplation, for looking at.
Contemplation garden. Sounds peaceful.
It is. The main pond, Shinji-gate, is even shaped like the character for heart or mind. Even if it's been changed over the centuries, it still has that really calm, composed Zen feeling, a nice, quiet spot.
A heart-shaped pond. Very cool. Is there more further back?
Oh, yeah. Keep going. Head towards the hills at the back. There's a path up to Hensobo.
Hensobo. What's that?
It's the temple's guardian shrine. It kind of protects the place. But the path up is really interesting.
How so?
It's lined with these statues. Statues of Tengu.
Pingu. Like the mountain goblin guys with long noses.
Exactly. Those mythical figures, sometimes bird-like, sometimes more human-like with long noses. They're often seen as protectors of mountains and sacred sites. So you've got these 12 Tengu statues sort of escorting you up the hill.
Climbing a path lined with goblin statues. Sounds like an adventure. What's at the top at Hansobo?
The shrine itself enshrines Hansobo Daigonga, the guardian deity. People pray there for protection against fire, bad luck, that kind of thing.
Okay, a protector shrine. Is the climb tough?
It's a bit of a climb, yeah, but totally worth it. Not just for the shrine, but for the view.
Oh, good view.
Yeah. Incredible view. There's an observatory spot up there. You get this amazing panorama. You can see all of Kamakura town spread out, Sagami Bay sparkling. And if it's a clear day,
let me guess. Fuji.
You got it. Mount Fiji in the distance. It's stunning. Perfect place for photos or just to, breathe it all in.
Guardian spirits and a Fuji view. Sold. That sounds amazing.
It really gives you perspective. And speaking of experiences, Kencho-ji offers more than just sights.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, first off, food. Kencho-ji is supposedly the birthplace of Kenshin-jiru.
No way. The soup. That thick vegetable soup.
That's the one. The story goes, way back, some monks accidentally dropped some tofu into the veggie broth they were making and just decided to cook it all together. And boom, Kenshin-jiru. And you can actually try an officially recognized version of it right near the main gate at a place called Tenchinan.
You can taste history in accidental soup from 800 years ago. That's fantastic. What else?
For people interested in the Zen part of the Zen temple, they offer actual practice opportunities.
Like meditation.
Exactly. Seijin, seated meditation. They have sessions, usually on Fridays and Saturdays. And here's the cool part. They're open to the public. You just pay the normal temple entrance fee.
So you don't need to be like a serious Zen student. You could just drop in.
Pretty much. It's a great way to get a little taste of the core practice right there in its historic home.
They also offer Shakyo Sutra copying.
Copying scriptures.
Yeah, you sit quietly and trace the characters. It's another form of mindfulness practice. Again, usually available daily, no booking needed, just a small offering.
Meditation or mindful writing. Two very different ways to find some calm there.
Definitely. And there's one more kind of unusual spot. It's newer, called the Mushizuka.
Muchisuka.
Insect mound. What on earth is that?
It literally means insect mound, yeah. It's a monument actually designed by the famous architect Kengo Kuma. It was suggested by an anatomist, Takeshi Yoro.
Okay. An architect and an anatomist create an insect mound. Why?
It's meant to be a place for reflection, to think about life, death, our connection to nature, even the smallest creatures. It's another layer of contemplation, but with a very modern ecological angle.
Wow. So Kencho-ji really spans the ages, from ancient spirits to modern thoughts on bugs. Okay, let's get practical for a visitor. What are the key tips?
Right. Essentials. Definitely wear comfortable shoes. The grounds are big. There's walking, maybe some climbing up to Hensobo. You'll be on your feet.
Good call. Get in there.
Pretty easy. It's about a 15, maybe 20-minute walk from JRK to Kamakura Station. Nice walk, actually. Or you can grab a bus.
Okay. And accessibility. We mentioned the Caramon Gate.
Yeah, wheelchair accessible up to there. They have accessible restrooms, too, and you can even rent a wheelchair if needed. Oh, and if you have a well-behaved dog on a leash, they're allowed in some parts of the grounds.
Pets allowed? That's surprising for a temple. And tech.
Yep, free Wi-Fi throughout the grounds, so you can look stuff up or post that Fuji pic right away.
Nice. Best time of year to go.
It's great anytime, honestly. But spring for cherry blossoms is lovely, and autumn, the fall colors there are supposed to be spectacular. Reds, golds against the old buildings. Very popular.
Good to know. Anything else we should be aware of right now?
Just one heads up. The Butsuden, the main hall, with the Jizo image, it's currently under restoration. Big job.
Okay. When will it be done?
They're aiming for around autumn 2027. So for the next few years, you might not be able to go inside that specific hall, or it might be covered. Always smart to maybe check their website quickly before you go, just for the latest updates.
Okay, good tip. So restoration ongoing, but still plenty to see. It's amazing thinking about this place. From Hell Valley to Japan's first Zen center, surviving disasters.
It really is incredible, that resilience.
Mhm.
Fires, earthquakes, it's seen it all. And yet it's still here, still rebuilt, still functioning as this vital center of Zen. It's a living link connecting that Kamakura history right to us today.
It feels like more than just a historical site, it's alive.
Totally. And it offers so much. Whether you're into the deep history, the grand architecture, maybe trying zazen or shakyo, wandering the garden, getting that amazing view, or, heck, just tasting the soup.
Huh! Don't forget the souk.
Right. There's something for pretty much everyone. It's a place that can genuinely give you, some peace, but also some really deep cultural insight. And it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Thinking about its journey. Starting on execution grounds and becoming this beacon of compassion and Zen practice. What does that whole story tell us about transformation? About finding peace, maybe, even where you least expect it. Something to definitely chew on while you're exploring.
What did you think?
We hope you'll make even more wonderful memories at Toshi's place.